up, everybody? It's your boy Collins Odhiambo, and welcome to another episode of Collins Elevates You. And today we're going to be elevating your game with Mr. Peter Kiganya. So, Mr. Peter Kiganya is an international player. Huyu jamaa amecheza places mingi. I just wrote some of them down. These guys played. I saw him play for Coop. That was the first time I saw him play live. He has played for KPA, KCITI. He has played in Brazil, Argentina, Peru, Chile, Uruguay, like so many places. So just to share with you guys why I respect this person so much, a friend of mine called Eric Walucho, Kemp, we used to call him Kemp, gave me a CD and told me, go and watch this guy. He's a big man who can play the guard position, and he's a Kenyan. And he's a friend to a guy called Robbie. Robbie was a great guy, man. I don't know if you say happy, but that guy taught
one
me.
of the best point guards.
That guy was fire. He taught me how to shoot a jump shot, like ile catch and shoot. And I remember he talked about you so much. So they gave me a CD. Nikaya kwa DVD, it was you. It was some of your highlights. I think when you were playing in Brazil or somewhere, ilikuwa majuu huko. But I was like, what? Naweza taka kufika mahali hapo. So I was like, it is possible. And I was young and I was like, this thing inspired me to keep on going. So I'm really humbled to have you here. I know,
appreciate, bro.
Yes, I know the guys who are going to watch this episode are going to get so much value. So just to kick it off, how is the COVID situation in the US? Because you're in the US right now.
Man, it's first of all, let me say, man, thank you for having me on. Appreciate it. Yeah, Robbie is a great friend, one of the in terms of his game IQ and everything, man. But I appreciate all the kind words, and I'm humbled that someone did do that, and you took that, watch my videos when I was playing. So that's all been purpose of my journey, was just to inspire one more person, to dream big, and that journey might take them. But right now, currently in the US, man, we have the cases rising. So right now, one has to do what you have to do to protect yourself and your family and your loved ones. And that's what we're doing. There's a lot of noise out there, do this, do that, but you gotta use your common sense and figure this thing out. It's not one fits all. Everybody's in different places in terms of needs and for your family. So everyone is at different places. So there's not one fit all solution for everybody. So you gotta just basics right now. Self-isolation, stay home. If I don't need to be outside, we stay home, my family. In public, wear a mask, is out. So we are blessed up. So
Nice. I saw guys are already, like, I see basketball is, guys are playing basketball in the US. There are some coaches that I follow online, so I have seen them, playing. Guys are working out. So it's like places are being opened up slowly by slowly, isn't it?
Yep. Before all the spike going up, but now again, like in Texas, for example, the governor came on TV, so give an address the state. So there's a lot of things now again starting to shut down, or everything is on pause, not shut down, everything's on pause. Because now he did put, it can be more than 10 people again. We went back to where we were before that. So there's a lot of things going on, but for you to play basketball, it's you need a lot of resources. Like there's a basketball tournament going on right now, but the resources which are being used, is monumental. You have to quarantine everybody. Everybody gets tested every day, so they have the resources for the basketball tournament. So they have the resources to do that. So it just depends, again, it just depends on where you are, how much money, how much resources you have at your disposal, and what you're willing to give up, what you're willing to sacrifice. So, yeah.
Nice. So for guys to really understand your journey, because that was one of my main goals, can you please tell us where you grew up from, and then where you went to school, and maybe when you started playing basketball?
So man, my journey has been nothing but a bliss, man. It's been fun. It's been fun,
Mhm. Mhm.
all up to now.
Mhm.
The game has been kind to me. The game has opened a lot of doors for me. I'm who I am today because of basketball. Without basketball, I've gone to school and all that, but basketball allowed the journey for me.
Mhm.
So I started playing basketball when I was 17 at Isili Boys, and the prodding of different people. I went home one summer, I came back, I was 6'5", so, I grew in that span, and one of the game sports teachers saw me, and they were like, you need to be on the basketball team. So he was
Nice.
like, you need, Mr. Monica, shout out to Mr. Monica, Isili Boys. So,
Nice.
of playing of it, I did not know the game. I did not know what I was doing.
Mhm.
And its boys had, very good players at a particular time. We had people like Stanley Dishu, and like
Mhm.
there's a whole bunch of guys, man. Charles
Mhm.
Opondo, Peter
Mhm.
Kalulu, Tieno, David Miner,
Mhm.
Wycliffe Witches. So we had great players, man. We had the team had blue, I had red, so there was no chance for me playing
Mhm.
where they went. So
Mhm.
without ever playing, but
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
my senior year,
Mhm.
there was no choice.
Yeah.
I was one of the players now, but it was good. We also had younger players who were very good players who were playing like us that but he was on the team, so we had people like Rashid. They were better, more skilled. What I brought to the team was height, athleticism. I could rebound, block shots.
Mhm.
That's it. That's what I brought to the table. So
Mhm.
that again enabled me to play a lot of minutes and learn the
Mhm.
game. And with basketball, you can't get the experience you need if you're not playing. So you
That
have
is
to be in a
true.
situation where you're playing, you make
Mm.
mistakes, you figure it out, and that's how I
Yes.
improved.
Mhm.
So even when I started playing for Kimbo, it was the same thing. It was like Kimbo didn't have centers. They had good players, but they didn't have a center.
Mhm.
David Miner pulled me along, and he was just like, just come and play. Like, I fouled out, whatever. They just kept me on the team. So that's how I learned the game and started playing just because of being put in situations where um, I had the opportunity to learn the game, and then there was no level like a reason to put me on the bench. I worked hard. I could rebound, I could run, I could dunk, and I could block shots. So
Mhm.
you know, most teams felt that I could play at that particular time.
Nice, nice, nice. And I think you once posted that photo of how you grew, like the different. I think you posted such a photo of you, like this was me before, and then after a while I was this tall. I think you posted it sometime back on Facebook or on Instagram. I think I saw it, and that is true. That is true. I was like, "What? God, why did I not get that height also?"
You got to drink milk.
Oh, milk is the secret, eh?
Milk is a secret, man. You got to drink some milk, man.
Ah, man, young people you've heard from the man himself. Drink milk, maziwa tukunywe
Drink
kwa
milk.
wingi.
Yeah.
That is good, man. That is good. And you said something that the coaches could see that you could block shots and pick rebounds, and that is what gave you playing time. And I feel that is really important to maybe elaborate more about in terms of this. Is what I'm thinking, because you knew what you could bring to the table, you decided to do that perfectly and able to get more playing time. We live in a generation right now. If you are not guided, if you don't get tips like this, especially as a basketball player, you want to do everything. You want to shoot. You want to be able to dribble, to be the point guard. You want to be the big man. You want to do everything. But I feel like if you have that kind of mindset that you're talking about, focusing on maybe one or two things that you're good at that moment, you'll be able to play in the team and get more playing time. What do you think? Do you think that is right?
I think to me, it has always been a working formula, and I've
Mm-hmm.
been blessed. I've been tremendously blessed by being able to critique myself, I think, at
Mm-hmm.
any particular time in my life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't do that, but I can do this. You know, I've always
Mm-hmm.
been a very good critique of myself,
Mm-hmm.
contrary to what most people believe, and I think that has been my key to play or get on a team.
Get on a team.
You,
Mm-hmm.
we had players like Stanley Dish who were ahead of me. He was a good player. There was no way I was going to play before him. You know, I knew those
Mm-hmm.
weekly. So I knew in parks where I stood on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So it was not a matter of me trying to prove I was better than those guys, but
Yeah.
for me it was like, how do I get to play? That was my question.
Yes.
How do I
Yeah.
get to play?
Yes.
What does the team need me to do? What is
Bus.
lacking? For
Mm-hmm.
example, the stereotype of an African player.
Mm-hmm.
An African player runs,
Mm-hmm.
blocks shots, plays defense, and dunks the ball. Is
Mm-hmm.
that a bad? You can use that to your advantage. You know what the coach is looking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those four things.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't. Okay, when practice is over, you can go in the gym and shoot the ball.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Really, a perfect example is Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka, when
Yeah.
he came in the league, that's all he did. But now he can shoot threes. He's on the wing. You develop your game slowly. So you have to know where you are and where you want to go and have a plan to get there. If you're not
Mm-hmm.
playing, you're not going to get there. So you have to do
Yeah.
what coach wants you to do. But then in between that,
Yeah.
work on your game. So
Yes.
and
Yes.
that's what I was able to do at every level. I was able to. I knew I could rebound, and I was good with that. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Nice. 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 And based on what you talked about, you it's like you really had a clear understanding and a clear goal of this is what I have to do right now, and to get me to this specific place. You understand? To elevate me to the next level. So I I might be right if I say you are big on setting goals, isn't it?
So I think that you have to
Hmm.
have a vision of where you want to go. You
Yes.
just do something for the
Hmm.
you have to have a plan. You can't just do something for the sake of do. I'm just doing it. Like I've never been that kind of person. You
Yeah.
can't just do
Yeah.
something. Like when I played, when I
Hmm.
go to school, when I anything I do, like I have a purpose. Like why
Mm.
am I doing that?
Mm.
Like is it part of my plans? What I want to do? Is this part of where I want to go? So to me it was clear. Like we had players who could shoot. Like even when I went to KPA, we had players who could shoot. We had players
Mhm.
who are better dribblers, better shooters, better defenders. But I was just like, how do I play? I gotta find my
Mhm.
niche. How do I play? So again,
Yes.
I rebound the ball, and I'm like, okay, I dunk 2 times a game. I'm good with
Mhm.
that. And
Mhm.
I was like, everybody gonna do them. And again, I've been fortunate, man. I've been in great teams, man. Like where people understood their purpose on the team. Like for example, when we played for KPA, there was a big segment went to timeouts, or when we were in huddles.
Mhm.
There was, Ojuku would tell us, man, offenders offend, defenders defend. And it was very clear
Mm.
for us. Like it
Mhm.
was not everybody's role to score. It was not everybody's role to defend, but you
Mhm.
do what you bring to the table. So again, I'm saying that has been the fortunate thing about my story is just being able to identify having a goal, like having a progressive plan. Like this year, I want to shoot threes. Okay, so I'm gonna work on my threes slowly. That did not come overnight. I had to work on that. I was a poor free throw shooter. I had to
Mhm.
develop that. So, but I knew it was that process.
Mhm.
So again, it takes time. It takes you being a student of the game and having a clear path of where you want to go.
Mhm. Nice, nice, nice. That is so true, and I'm hoping that the young guys are getting this because I feel like with this kind of mindset, we'll have a great generation of basketball players, understanding that you have to be intentional, like in whatever you're doing, if the drills, if you're shooting, if you're dribbling, if you're on the offense, whatever you're doing, you have to be intentional. I feel like the more intentional you are, the quicker you can develop.
Oh, most
And
definitely.
yeah. And I remember, as I told you, the first time I saw you play live, I was so excited by the way you are playing for Cop. And I remember you are guarding. I think it was Grifo at that time. Uko pale juu uko hivi, I'm like my god. Huyu mtu ajui Grifo ni nani. But you guided the guy so well. You minimized his shot, and I was like, this guy, man, this guy is great. And the
I
thing that
think
yeah.
I think what and actually the time you saw me play, I was retiring. I'm on my way out. I'm 40 something years.
That's what I was told, man.
I'm 40 something years old.
Yeah.
I'm on my way out.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing you have to understand about be scared of failure. That's the only way you will learn. When you fail, and I failed a lot of times, but
Mm-hmm.
it didn't, like I knew Griffo was a good dribbler. I'm not even saying I knew it was going to be a hard task to me. And I used to tell my teammates, man, all I'm going to do is make sure, even if he crosses me over, I'm still going between, I'm still between him and the rim.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what he does, he's going. Even if he crosses me over, I would jump back, and I'll still be between him and the
And the
rim,
rim.
and I'm using my length. So we're taking away the three, and I'm giving him a layup. Players like Griffo, you can't really guard, you can't deny Griffo to score. All you're hoping for is to minimize what the damage he does, and that's my whole approach. Was we're gonna minimize what he does. Like it's not. He's still an amazing player. To guard him, still effort, but that was the whole purpose. And I was not scared. I'm not scared. I've been on my share of crossed over, dunked on. So that is not. You can't be scared, man. I think for me, in coming to Copa at that particular time, I had a bigger role to be a leader, to show what I expected of every other player was just to step up. And that's what I would do in those games. And I would step up and I would take on the challenge. I think that time, I think he had like 20 some points in first half. We were like, come on,
Yeah.
we can't let him do that, So it's just minimizing touches and just not being as afraid to take on a challenge, What's the worst can happen.
Yeah, that is true, man. That is true. And I remember I saw a picture of you while you were playing for the national team. How was the experience? And if you can remember, at what age did you make the Kenya national team, the Morans?
Man, I made the Morans and what is it? I make the Kenya team in 93.
93. Wow.
I make the Kenya team in 93, man.
Wow.
And the last time I played for Kenya team was like 2013. Something
Yes,
like
in Uganda.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I'm tenured on the national team. I'm tenured, man. I'm grandfathered in, man. I'm grandfathered in.
Yeah. How was the experience, man?
Man, so I get called to the national team again. Again, you're looking at who's on the team, and then you're looking on the team. I'm telling you, I don't know. It's tough. This is a tough one because you look up there. There's big Samuel Mole. There's Ben Wanjara. There's called to the team. There's Mike Kimani. You coming in like the seventh option. You're like if they're starting to put them in packs and again you have to understand at this particular time I'm like 78 kilos, like 80 kilos on a good day. They're bigger, and they can jump, or Big Sam was the Mikey Man was a veteran, so we already knew they're gonna make the team either way. Because again they were Big Sam, they were like 6'9", 6'10", so they were experienced also. So I'm coming in and but anyways I make the team, but I end up playing small little minutes here and there. But the thing that happens that really changes my eyes in that tournament is one night, me and Alex Aluga, we go to Safari Park. And so we are sitting at Safari Park and we start talking. He approaches us and he starts talking to us about basketball. And Georgetown. And he starts talking to us, telling us that, you Kenyans, your game is very good. You have speed. You can't play slow. You have to play fast. And he's talking to us about the game. And I didn't know who he was. I figured out this later when I started learning about the game. I figured who he was later. But he tells us he's there to see a player from Senegal. His name is Etienne Prater. Etienne is like 6'8". He's playing the 2. So I started watching him, and even you watch him, and he's like, man, he's playing the 2. He's 6'8". He's bigger and taller than me, but I'm playing the 5. I'm like, no, something's wrong with this picture. So after that tournament, and then obviously I had a lot of influence from Alex, Alex Aluga, I think, was one of the pioneers of bigs in Kenya to dribble the ball, shoot threes, bring the ball up the floor. I think he was the one big, being able to play inside out. But it was, so I used to guard him. And I would see what he was doing. And so I was like, man, if he's doing it, and he could shoot threes, he could pass, he could dribble. I was like, and then I see Etienne doing that. I'm like, some bells go off my head. I'm like, that's what I need to do. The next step of my game, again, is having that. I started doing that. I started working out on dribbling, shooting, working out as a guard, with some of the guards you had at KPA. And then, my game just started changing from there.
Nice, man. Nice. So how many times, if you can remember, how many times have you played for the national team?
Man, I'm telling you, that's what I can tell you. I can't remember exactly. When I was in college, unfortunately, the season when the national team was playing season. But I remember I played in '93, and I remember, I'd say the next time I played for was like 10, 20. The next time, I think it's like, I didn't. When I was playing, when I was in my prime, I didn't get a chance to play for the national team, but I did play a couple of tournaments for the national team, like 2 maybe. In the later years, I did play like 2, maybe 20. So I might have played for the national team maybe 3 years, but it's a span of '93 to 2013. That's
Nice. So I get a CD, put it on my DVD, and it's you dunking on people, driving, dribbling, and I'm like, I even went back to school with that same DVD, and I showed it to our big men in school because I was the captain then. I think I was in Form 3. I told them, guys, now this is a big man. He's a Kenyan. I don't know if he's in Spain or where you are in, but I showed them, look, this is a big man who can do all these things. So there's no excuse of, oh, I'm a big man, I can't dribble. And I remember after showing them that video, like there was a sense of belief, like, oh, if Kiganya can do it. And we used to watch your video, that DVD. It was like, I think 10 minutes, but we used to watch it anytime we could get the opportunity, just to, inspire them, to keep them going. So I want you to share with us that experience of, playing abroad. What was the difference? What is the different thing you saw maybe with our local basketball? And basically, how was the experience for you?
Has been the approach to the game. I think most of the players I've seen, or I would hear most of the players, the motivation is not the rewards. The motivation is not the rewards, but the motivation is for the player to get better. I think that's a very big, and for me, it was never the rewards which motivated me. It was game for me becoming better at something that I was not able to do. To me, that has been the key, and so, and even now, like on hindsight, when I look at it, and even some of the, you listen to some of the players like LeBron, when they talk about their journeys, it's like they say, when you fully vested in the game will take care of you. So you don't have to worry about the end. You control now. Like Like now, present. Don't worry about like right now. What do you want to do? Do you want to become a better player? Is it motivated by rewards? I don't know. That's on an individual. But again, if you set goals which are determined by the end result, you're going to fail. You know, your goal cannot be. It's not. Let's say, for example, you say, "I want to be a great money." So when is that money coming? You know, it might take 20 years. You're still going to be working for that, you know, towards that goal. So it's a tough decision. And then again, I say it was a different place. So I just had that mindset from when I started playing basketball. To me, it was always about improving. I would see someone doing, for example, when I went to KP, there was a guy called Isaac Omole. Influenced me to wear that number. This guy was amazing. He would block shots. I would be like, how does he do that, man? Like how is he able to block shots like that? And he was like maybe 6'5", maybe. He's lighter than me. I'm 80 kilos that time. Yes, he's maybe 70 kilos, 72. You know, so he's blocking shots, and I'm like, man, how does he do that? And I would watch him all the time. And I slowly started learning how he was playing, and I started doing the same things he was doing. So to me, it was always a matter of me getting the next. What's the next thing I can do? What's the next thing I can do? Okay, I have this figured out. How do I play? So when I came overseas, it was their mentality. Kids, like, for example, even me working as a graduate assistant on a basketball team, you know, we work with players, skill development. So it's like, okay, the first year, we have a big man, he's 6'9". Okay, this year we're going to work on you. We're going to have a hook shot. You're going to be able to drop shot, you know, right hand, left shoulder, left hand, right shoulder, you know, go middle, do that. Okay, so then we're going to let you get that. You make all your move, you know. Then next year we're going to be like, okay, you have figured that out. We're going to give you some counter moves. You know, we're going to give you the pump fake, step through, go under, you know, slowly in there. Or we're going to extend your game now. You can shoot at the free throw line, pull up that 15-footer. All on top of the key, dribble to the wing for a handoff with a guard and roll. So you know that systematic approach of a player coming in and going to the next level. You don't have where you see a player has a plan to get to, like you say, elevate your game or change your game to the next, take your game to that next level. What do you do? I don't have anything right now. Most players don't have. If you ask a player, if it's game time right now, you have one shot. Where do you take the shot? Most players maybe in Kenya will not tell you where they can do that. They don't know their strengths.
Yeah, that is true.
They don't know their strengths, because if they knew their strengths, they'll be doing that all the time in a game.
That is true. That to overseas, how did you deal with, or did you have some self-doubt kidogo, like, hey, will able to be able to match with these people, or are there maybe some times in your life where you faced self-doubt in terms of your game and able to overcome, and maybe what did you do to overcome your self-doubt or your abilities to play?
Man, I think I'm a brave soul, man. You know, like I'm very like the game of basketball. I've never doubted myself in a game of basketball.
Nice.
I don't know why. But I feel very confident. Even today, if you were to put me on the floor, like even though I've not practiced, I've not been playing, I always feel like I'll make the right decision. I'll make the right play. Like just because of I was like, I didn't believe there was any player who can work out. I didn't care what you told me. Oh, he works hard. I'm like, okay, I work hard too. Like, and that was my mentality. I never believed you might beat me, you know, because of your skill level, because you're talented. But I didn't think you would beat me because you're going to have. I was like 20 and I was playing players who were like 33, 34. I didn't think anybody who was older than me could out hustle me. I just didn't believe that. To the States is the coach sees me and the coach is like, man, this is a raw deal. This is the 5 man I was told he's 6'6", 2. like 180 pounds. Like the
Mm-hmm.
coach, not like the coach when they saw their eyes. I'm like, yeah, coach, I can work hard. I can run fast. I can dunk. I can do all this. So I'm telling the coach, and the coach goes and calls another player, who's
Mm-hmm.
plays the three
Mm-hmm.
at the school. And this
Mm-hmm.
guy is being recruited by D1 schools because I went to a JUCO. And this guy is like 6'7", 6'8". His
Mm-hmm.
name was Danny McCampbell. I'll never forget. And
Mm-hmm.
he tells Danny walked just into the gym
Mm-hmm.
and he took off the dotted line, man, spread his wing, jumped over someone who was 5'6".
Wow.
And I looked, I was like, man. But I say, coach, I'm tough, man. I'm tough, and again, knowing my situation where I was coming from,
Mm-hmm.
that has
Mm-hmm.
been my big. Like I'm not going back to what I'm coming from. My life has to get
Yeah.
better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does it mean I've not good times? Yes, I have, but I never doubted myself. It was just to me, it was always like I just gotta figure it out. And so again, one of the things I figured out was what did coaches need?
Mm-hmm.
Coaches wanted to play defense. They wanted to rebound the ball. They wanted to run the flow. I was very good at those three things, as I said
Nice.
before.
Yeah, it's nice.
Or any league that I've played in
Mm.
that have not been top five in offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, blocks, shots, or efficiency, because most of my points I score around the rim. Even when I was playing professionally, I could shoot. I was always in great shape. So it doesn't mean I never doubted myself. I didn't doubt myself basketball wise. It was just a challenge for me to understand like what the coaches wanted. How can I get on the floor? How can I put like how can I get my game? Also notice that I can do more than like more than just what the coach thinks. Because I was working on my game every day. I was working on my game. I used to play basketball all year round. I didn't take days off. I shot the ball every day.
Mm-hmm.
So those are things which helped me improve tremendously. But I knew what coaches wanted, and I could be able to put my game around what the coach wanted.
Nice, nice. So it's like um, you was. I feel like because you are working on your game and you are confident on what you could do and what you could offer, so you never even had time to focus on I'm doubting myself. I can't do this and that because for you your focus was on this is what I can do. These three things I can do, and I can do them so well. So I don't care if you can shoot 100 times. I don't care if you can shoot like Michael Jordan or Steph Curry somewhere there. This is what I know I can do. So I feel like knowing what you can do or how you can serve your team will help young players, especially because I want young players to learn from you guys. Because I feel like you knew what you could do, you focused on that, you became the best at doing that. And so by focusing on that, you could not doubt yourself when you go to the court because you're not going to try to shoot a three in that game and you've not been working out.
Why try to shoot at three and you're not working on it?
That is it, man. That is it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why
Mm.
shoot at three
Mm.
and the only three you shot is that one? Steph Curry shoots 1,000 shots a day.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So you shoot three every day, and you want to
Mm.
shoot at three in a game. You gotta understand. You gotta understand why. Especially, okay. The flip side of that is me being an international student. I'm one on like in a Division 2 school. I
Mm-hmm.
maybe best are like on 50, 60, 75, 50,
Mm-hmm.
40. You know what I mean? There's different levels of scholarship that are being given. I'm on a full scholarship. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to lose my
Scholarship. You don't have to lose a
school.
scholarship.
So it's a different mindset. You have to have a
Mm.
different mindset. What does the coach want?
Mm.
Process. Maybe you guys show him a little bit of what your game is about.
Mm.
I'm not saying my kind of game was different. I would shoot threes if I'm open. I would shoot it, but I
Mm.
was shooting because I knew I put in
The work. You put in the work, yeah.
time.
Mm.
So I would shoot maybe three of them. I would shoot, and my thing was, if I shoot one and make, it means I have one more shot.
Mm.
If I should have make them, that means I'm 2 for 2. I have one more.
Nice.
You have to be smart and think about numbers and all. You gotta be able to understand what are you costing you. Does this work maybe for everybody else? I don't know, but I'm just saying if you put in the work though, if you put in the work and you know you're putting in the work, you can't doubt yourself. If you know
Yeah.
you're putting in the work, it's a matter of time. The shot's gonna fall. If you shoot 1,000 shots every day,
Mm.
you might shoot 3 and miss in a game, but it will fall eventually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I knew I put in the work, so I never worried about my work ethic.
Mm. It's nice, nice. So how did you come from Kenya to the States? What was the process? What happened that got you to the States?
So man, like
Uh,
I'm telling you, I've had a blast, man. I've had a
mm.
blast, man. I'm telling you, I've had a blast in this game of basketball. So well, my first
Mm.
trip to the US is '92.
Nice.
There's a movie being shot in Kenya. It's
Mm-hmm.
called The Air Up There.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Mombasa. I don't know anything about the movie going,
Mm-hmm.
but we walk into Nyayo Stadium
Yeah.
and there's auditions going on people who can dunk. So I'm sitting on that stone,
Mm-hmm.
uko hapo chini
Mm-hmm.
hapo kwa
Yeah,
mlango
yeah.
tu.
Mm.
Because KPA, we like to sit there. So I'm
Mm.
sitting there, we're watching, everybody's dunking, Charles Minor is there, obviously, one of the
Mm-hmm.
best dunkers,
Mm-hmm.
player we had at that particular time. So he's there, he's doing his thing, but then, when I'm sitting there, because I could dunk then, I could dunk, I could jump. Like that was one of my biggest assets was jumping. I could jump, and not
Mm-hmm.
even just um, you know, I get in. I didn't even stretch. I didn't even warm up. I had my sweats on. I did a
Mm-hmm.
couple of dunks.
Mm-hmm.
A week later, Konga Bandu, who is the contact guy for the movie in Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
they contact me. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna go to the States. We're gonna go to the States, and you're gonna do this audition for this movie." So we travel to the States with Chalo.
Yeah.
So I
Nice.
go with Chalo. We go to Hollywood. So we
Mm-hmm.
get there and we do auditions. But to cut the long story, we do auditions. We meet like Bob McAdoo. I watched the
Mm-hmm.
Bulls play '92. The '92 Bulls. We watched those
Nice.
play.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we in the locker room with like James Worthy. We meet Sam Packins. We watched Denver play the Lakers. And we watched Lakers and Bulls. But in all this process, you're meeting these people, and I didn't know who Alex English was or Bob McAdoo were. I didn't know who they were.
Mm.
There was no internet. The NBA was not,
Yeah. Yeah. Not like today.
watching. So
Mm.
not like today where information is that. So,
Mm.
but in that process,
Mm-hmm.
Bob McAdoo is one of the greats in the NBA. So he's
Mm.
telling us from just him seeing us play, he's like, hey, you guys, man, you can come play in the States. It might not be Division 1, but you guys have a chance to play in Division 2.
Mm.
So, he's telling us this, but in the back of your mind, you're like, wow, this is crazy. Like,
Mm.
but it doesn't hit me until I get back to Kenya.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we have those disposable cameras. You develop the pictures, and
Mm-hmm.
people are going through your pictures in the some packings, and there were some people who are more knowledgeable on the game because they
Mm.
watched more videos of VHS games of the
Mm.
NBA.
Mm.
So you're sitting there and you're going like, wow, this guy. And then it's like James McAdoo,
Mm-hmm.
Bob McAdoo was telling me that I can play in Division 2 basketball.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's like, man, you made a mistake to come back. You should have stayed there. But I'm like, sometimes I'll be one of those people I've always had in my own mind, like, it's my best asset and my worst asset also.
Mm.
Knock on my door,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a coach from
Mm-hmm.
KCITI. His name is Tony Maldi. And
Mm-hmm.
what he has done, he has been watching Kenya basketball for the last previous year, and he
Mm-hmm.
kept stats. He kept
Mm-hmm.
stats on all players.
Mm.
Like he kept stats of the players he wanted. He was keeping stats because he was forming a team and he wanted some people to go to his team. And
Nice.
he comes and he tells me, man, we've been watching how you play. We like how you play. And and we would like to give you the opportunity to come play for KCITI. You play for KCITI, we mold you, and in 6 months we'll take you to the States.
Wow.
That's how it goes down. But at that particular time, you understand, I'm a rising star in KPA. So, my situation there is improving, have a job, and that's, and I have my daughter. I also have my daughter who's young at that particular time. She's 2. So you have to understand where I was. So it was, but they talked to another player who was in Mombasa also. His name is James Omondi, Cartwright. But Carter is a friend of mine. Carter is a friend of mine. So that evening, I meet Cartwright, and we are talking. I'm like, man, the coach talked to you? And this coach talked to me about basketball, and they came to my house too. And my mom's holding that. I was like, man, I don't know what you're gonna do. So I tell him, if you go, I go. That was my response. I told him, if you go, I go. So no. But his mom, I knew his mom, and actually, this is a story I talk about in a different forum. But his mom also knows about the coach, and that the coach talked to. I was like, yeah, I better go. So to cut the long story short, man, I packed my family up, man. I resigned from KPA, and Robbie, man, and it's like the storm, like the papers, the newspapers, man. It's like, how do you move from KPA to KCITI? Nobody even knows KCITI, man. And we just took a leap of faith, man. We're just like, let's see, what's the worst can happen.
Yeah.
So, but again, you have to have right people in your corner. I'm not saying everybody has to make drastic change like that, but you have to have right people in your corner.
Yeah.
Also, the back of my mind is, if I want to play basketball at a higher level, I have to play basketball in the States. And if this coach is going to take me to the States, why not? Why not? What's the worst can happen? So. But I was fortunate enough that at least I got mentored by an American coach for 6 months, so that I was able prepared to the level of intensity, timeliness, and all the nuances of the game in the U.S. scouting reports, following plays, So because, for example, we come to case, we are stacked, man. We have Robbie, we have
Robbie.
Yes, Martin Tiongo, and we play NSSF and we lose. We tend to play plays which we don't understand at that particular time. And so me and Robbie and Cartwright are talking on the game, like, man, coach just leads us to let us hoop. Now you gotta play my way. So anyways, we lose because we are pressing, we are running, we did a lot of different plays. So it was tough for us to understand that mentality of plays and coming down, running plays, having a set motion. Like when you flow into offense, you go to your different spots on the floor, and you can go into a play without even calling the play. So you can just go into a play and pressing, run and jump. So it was kind of tough. There's a lot of information which was thrown to us, and normally we're not used to that. So. But then we get it, and we start winning games in Kenya, and it's an incredible time we have. I think we beat KP, and KP has not lost in Mombasa in maybe 5 years, something like that. So, but to cut the long story short, that's how I end up with Tony Morlin, Coach Tony Morlin, and Tony Morlin refers me to a school in Boga, Texas. And that's how my journey begins, man.
So you first went to the US, and then you went now to the other places, Uruguay, Chile, Peru, isn't it?
Got my chance to play in Europe. Never got my chance to play in Europe, but that's a story for another day also. So,
but when did you play?
I played. So I college 1 year.
Okay.
So I played in junior college. So junior college is, junior college is a 2-year school. You go for 2 years, and then you might either go to D1 or you might go to D2. Okay. So I played in JUCO for 1 year. Then I go to a D2 school, which is Abilene Christian. But Tony Morlin had coached at Abilene Christian before. So so there was also that chemistry there. So Coach Tony had coached there. So I played there for 3 years, and after playing 3 years, then I go. My career as a professional started. I played in Chile, played in
Nice.
Uruguay, Paraguay, Peru, and South America. Man, was my backyard, man.
Man. Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil. We went for a
Yeah.
tournament there. We played there. Different tournaments like, so they have South American Cup. So
Okay.
all teams in South America compete the same. But teams from Kenya, we never have funds to go. When you win the Zone 5 in
Mm-hmm.
Africa, in Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
in Zone 5 Eastern Central, you represent Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
You represent the zone in
Mm-hmm.
a continental.
Oh, okay.
Even Cup, we won the tournament. We never got to go because they say they don't
Oh.
have the money and they'll just rather tournament. So
Mm. They would,
yeah,
they,
so
they would rather?
pay the fine than us playing the
Oh,
tournament.
wow. But man, those are some of the challenges we go through. Go through.
Championships are defined by the journeys, man. Championship, everybody's
Yeah.
championship is different.
Mm.
Championships are defined by the journey. You
Mm.
know what I mean? Like if you win a championship at 20 and you win a championship at 45, they might mean two totally different things for you.
Mm. That is true.
And he knew they're not going to play in the tournament Eastern Central, then and maybe his dream was to play in the Eastern Central. It's like
That
we're
is
not
it.
going to play. We're not going
Yeah.
to play in that tournament. So why
That is
even
it.
win the championship?
That is it.
So there's a lot of things like that define a championship
Mm.
journey.
Mm.
Like I won some with KPA. And those were different. To me, those are KPA were like it was expected for us to win.
Yeah, hey,
Or
you're whooping guys. Hey.
yeah, or we want to like hands down. We're like,
Mm.
if you don't win, it's on you guys.
Yeah, yeah, I
Like,
remember.
but then I win with Cop is very different because like the journey is
The
different,
journey,
everything is
yeah.
different. So yeah, so I don't know. To me,
Mm.
every championship is
Has its journey. Mm. Nice. So, what are you doing right now? Because I know you are in skills development for the young guys and everything. So, what is your now? You're not playing international, you're not playing professionally anymore. So, what are you doing right now for basketball?
but for basketball. I'm still around the game. Honestly, I know
Mm.
maybe 2 years ago I was working with the Dallas Wings. I was doing
Mm-hmm.
their clinics on Sundays for
Mm-hmm.
basketball for kids, and
Mm.
I still work with. I do my own skills. I can't do that right now because of the
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Yeah.
But I have my own company, PK Skills and Basketball Skills and Training, so I do that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I go to USA basketball coaching clinics
Mm-hmm.
just to understand the game. I have a passion to, especially at the youth level. I have
Mm-hmm.
a passion to do that, and I keep myself updated on what's going on with everything involved. I've been blessed to have great people in my corner.
Mm-hmm.
I have in my vision I have. I was blessed enough like last year. I would have been doing the same thing this year, but again, we
Yeah.
don't know. The last year I was, right close with the NBA Africa when they sent me to the NBA Summer League,
Mm-hmm.
just for me to understand
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
game of basketball, not just what
Nice.
you see,
Mm.
but the every nuances,
Yeah.
stats,
Mm-hmm.
all the operations of the game. Around the game, keep myself involved.
Mm-hmm.
Bring in 100 players, and we're gonna mentor them and just try to impact their lives. Like last year, we had a great time. I know you mentioned Ronnie Gundo.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Again, a big salute, Ronnie Gundo. I know he came and he talked about his journey to the
Mm-hmm.
kids, and
Mm-hmm.
also, we are fortunate enough also Mr. Uh, Octopizzo.
Mm-hmm.
Octopizzo also came and he talked to the kids about their different journeys of how you can take a situation and change it into something positive. Where you come from does not define who you are as a person. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the whole That's the whole thing. The whole theme around hope basketball is to hope for a better day tomorrow. You know,
Mm.
don't let the end result or the
Mm-hmm.
results you expect determine your journey. It can
Mm-hmm.
never. It's not going to work. It's not going to
Mm.
work, man. If you're going to say, "I'll only go to school if I can get a good job," how do you know you're gonna get a good job?
Mm.
But you
Mm.
gotta be prepared in case that good job shows up. Then
Yes.
you can grab it. You know they say,
Yeah.
luck is when
When
luck is when
an
when
opportunity
preparation when
meets an
preparation
opportunity.
meets opportunity.
Opportunity. Yeah.
You
Mm.
gotta be prepared.
Mm.
You gotta be
Mm.
prepared. So and
Yeah.
that's everything I'm saying. Do what you gotta do today.
Mm.
You know, do put your game, work on your game, and the message is always very clear. If you say you want to be, and mine is not even just about basketball. Mine is just about life. Period. If you say I want to be a lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
and today the whole day goes by, you didn't read a case, you didn't read any of the Constitution, you didn't
Mm.
read of any of the laws.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, who you lying to? You know what I mean? Like if
Mm.
that's your passion, then every day you gotta leave. You gotta do something towards to
Something.
attain your goal.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta do something to what you know. If you're a basketball player, you gotta shoot up, wake up in the morning, do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, go to the
Mm-hmm.
basketball court, shoot,
Mm.
run. You gotta do something for
Mm.
your game.
Yes.
Huwezi mwenda tu tizi ya coach alafu nasema utakuwa mnoma. Huwezi.
Hawezi.
People are
Hawezi.
not sleeping out here. People are not sleeping. People out here putting in hours, man. I know guys who
Yes.
put in hours, man.
Mm.
So and
Yeah.
that's what we.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is. I agree with that 100%. You have to be. What I was telling them is you have to be intentional about. I want to get better. About your growth, about your game, about your studies, and I feel like if they do that, I mean, our future in terms of basketball will be bright. And I'm.
And like, let me like that's a concept, man. I can even show you, man, a quote I
Mhm,
told. It was in the newspaper. This was years ago, man. This I think we
mhm,
coming back from. I think we coming back from. I think we came back from Rwanda, man. That tip
mhm,
was haphazard. Everything was not right.
mhm,
But and I even said because one of the questions I was asked when we went for
mhm,
that tournament, one of the
mhm,
Rwandese was asking me, "How come the Kenyan team every year
mhm,
you bring different players?" The
mhm,
men's basketball, they were saying every year I see different players. Like
mhm,
we don't ever have the same players.
mhm,
And even when I came back, I said, man, if Kenya was just to invest in the preparation of the team,
mhm,
bring a couple of guys who play outside,
mhm,
3 or 4, just to change the mentality, just to change the
mhm,
aspect of the game, just the
mhm,
mentality and just the different. Because so when you play outside Kenya, you play teams play zone, man. You are used to changing on the fly. A
mhm.
lot of teams don't change on the fly in Kenya. If you go
Yeah,
play Ulinzi, you know what to expect the whole game.
yeah. Yeah.
There's no secret what they're gonna do. You
Mm,
know what to expect.
mm,
Or you go play cop, you know what they're gonna do.
mm,
So excuse me.
mhm,
So when you play international or you play outside, you might play a team in Denmark today. For example, Tyler plays in Denmark. He travels. He plays in Germany. He travels. He plays. So he's seeing so different many
mm,
play systems of play.
mhm,
And again, you have to understand basketball is so different.
mm,
African basketball is so different from American basketball.
mm,
American basketball is so different from European basketball. European
mhm,
basketball is so different from South American basketball.
mhm,
So if you've been able to see those differences, there's something you have seen that you might be able to recognize when another team does it.
mm,
So I said, if Kenya wants to bring 3 or 4 players from outside Kenya,
mhm,
it's not we can compete with any team in Africa, and
mm.
this is obvious. Like we have right now, we
Yeah.
and I still think we can do better. Like I still believe, like with preparation and
Mm,
what we have, we
mm.
can still compete with the Angolas,
Yeah,
with the Senegals.
we proved it.
You
Yeah.
know,
Mm,
because I really believe that. That's what I
mm,
believe in. I know what we have, and I've
yeah.
seen those guys play. I've seen those guys who play for Senegal play.
Mm,
I'm not talking
mm,
about as I'm seeing people I'm seeing. I know what I'm talking about. It's not like I'm sitting here just
mm,
talking about stuff that I don't know.
mm,
So I've watched those guys play. Yes, they have played at higher levels. Yes, they can compete at higher levels. Our players are underrated because of maybe where they played or whether they did not play. Like Tyler is a very great player, man.
Dope player, man.
But because he played at a mid-level Division 1, he's underrated. But the fact is, he's very good. But because so there's that. Oh, he played at mid-level. There's that perception. But I'm saying when you see him play, you'll be like, if you know basketball, you'll be like, even take a player like Bush, those, Ariel Okal, because Okal hasn't played, college basketball. Is he a bad player? No, he's not. But he's underrated because, and he takes that, he knows that, and most of the time he's a very smart guy. He knows that, and he takes that to his advantage. So, it's gonna be fine. I think we're gonna be okay. We just need to keep doing what we're doing, man. Prepare well.
Preparation is key, man. Preparation is key.
Yeah, preparation is key.
I think for us is basically having that pride. I was talking to Ronnie, he told me there's that pride of manzi Kenya iko hapa mbele, so you're like hata kama niko baya, but let me play for the pride of my country and everything. But I feel like your preparation muhimu sana.
But also, like, you gotta understand, I think the difference we have now is like some of those players, like let's say, I can talk about some of the players I've spoken about in the guys of this. Someone like Bush, someone like Tyler, someone like Ronnie, someone like a Kokal. They know it's a big stage. They play professionally, so for them it's an audition. Some other players don't take it that way. You see what I'm saying? That to me, when I was playing for the national team, that was always my in thing. Was like, think about when you go outside Kenya and you tell someone I played for the Kenya national team, people go like, wow. It doesn't matter how small the country is, but think about the percentage of people. Think about the percentage of people who make the national team. There's only 12 players on a team out of 45 million. You're one of the 12 on the team. It talks volume. So if you put that on your player resume, or you put, so it's something we take lightly, or akuna allowance. That's short term. Again, that's short vision. You have to think a little bit farther out of that. You got to think a little bit farther. If you think a little farther, like, how many coaches are going to be there? Egypt is going to be there. Tunisia is going to be there. Algeria is going to be there. They have professional leagues. A coach over there might see me play, and they might call me to play for their team. Like, you got to be thinking about situations where you're in and thinking about what positive can come out of it, not just the negative. Like, we focus too much on
the negative.
You play on your club level, you don't have nothing on your club level. At club level, you don't have anything. I understand about the national team and all that. I've been there. I've traveled that journey. I know what I've taken those bus trips from Kenya to Rwanda. You get there and you play Egypt the next day. We've been on the road for 24 hours. I've taken those trips, man. But my thing has always been, I know me being in this tournament is more like, okay, I must showcase what I have. If someone calls, hey Peter, like, play a resume. One of the best rebounders in African tournament. That speaks volume of just than saying best rebounder in your local league, in Kenya league, So you have to think about a little bit. You have to think a little bit about the opportunity presented to you and how can you use it to your advantage. Let me. There's something about sports we have to understand. So, and this has taken me a lot. I'm fortunate that I've traveled a lot, that I've seen different mindsets from different people. Maybe if I was still in Kenya, maybe my mindset would not be the same. But so you come to the States and you see someone who's on 20% scholarship, 20%. And the family is so excited. The city is so excited. The city where they come from, the high school he comes from, they are so excited about that he got a scholarship 20%, not 100, 20. It's like in the newspaper, it's like, man, our child has been taken, he's going to be on a 20% scholarship. It's such a big deal. But when you look at Kenya, it's like, it's the other way. Someone, and I'm not picking on any school, I'm just talking about a school because that's the colleges we have. If you're on scholarship at USIU for 4 years, just because of basketball, have you achieved a big goal or have you not achieved a big goal?
That's a big goal.
It's a big goal, but
Mm,
we don't see it that way. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
just because of, I don't know if it's just the way our culture is, or I don't know, but we don't see it that way. We don't talk about it as a big achievement. You
Mm,
know, that's a
mm.
huge achievement.
That
You're
is
in
a huge
Strath on
achievement.
scholarship. You
Yeah.
are Nazarene on scholarship. Think
Mm.
about that. You're getting an education just because of bouncing a basketball. I mean,
Imagine, man. It's a big deal.
you know what I mean? So
Mm.
you've made it, you know?
Yeah. That's a big deal. Where can people find you online?
Man, I'm on Facebook. I have a lot of friends on Facebook, but I'm more of Instagram, quick
Instagram.
pictures, quick.
Yeah.
I'm more of Instagram. But man, you can look me up, Leon Africano, man, African Lion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, African Lion. That's what I go by. Peter Kiganya. You can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, and I'm always, right now we little steps back, but we're gonna be back on doing our workout videos and everything like that. But yeah, I'm mostly I like doing Facebook and Instagram once in a while, so I do that a lot. Or Twitter once in a while again.
Yeah.
We're still trying to figure out. There's a lot we're working on. There's a lot we're working on, man. There's a lot I'm working on basketball wise, man.
Nice,
And
nice,
I'm
nice.
just waiting. I'm just trying to get everything come together, man. I'm
Mm.
one person. I gotta go to
Yeah.
work. I gotta come back. I got kids, so that
Mm.
time has become uh, little.
Limited.
You know,
Yeah.
even though I'm
Yeah.
quarantined, my time has become so little. There's things I'm doing, so
Yeah.
I'm working on my schooling and everything. So there's a lot I'm doing. So
Mm.
Instagram, man, Facebook, and follow me out there, man. I'm
Mm.
trying to get to 2,000 likes, 2,000 followers on Instagram. I'm still working on that. So
Nice, nice. You're on the
help me out
same.
there on Instagram. Go get me to 2,000.
We're on the same track, man. I'm going to share the link to your Instagram and to your Facebook, and also, guys, did it because there's a podcast coming through from Mr. Kiganya. Can you
Yeah,
give us
man.
something little bit about it, man? Kidogo
Man,
tuonjeshe.
man, it's called Scratch 0254, man.
Yes,
If
yes.
you play basketball in Kenya, man, you know the meaning of Scratch O. You know
Mm-hmm.
that. You
Mm-hmm.
know when you get to practice, man, to scratch, jamaa. Hii mambo ya coach sijui system mingi play mingi. Tuache to scratch. Tuache hii mambo ya kuninio system to scratch too.
Yo,
So
piga it nini, yeah. Mm.
yeah, wachana yo to scratch. So it's gonna be it's a basically it's a podcast where I'm telling stories about Kenyan basketball. Some of these guys you might know, you might not know of them. Some you might, but the thing I'm talking about, man, is just the life as a person,
Mm.
not the focus on sports. Just the life
Mm.
as a person, man. Like
Mm.
what their daily lives are. What are they doing? How do they use
Yeah,
basketball to get to where they are today?
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
sports does not necessarily have to translate to professional
Mm,
sports.
mm, mm,
You can
mm,
turn pro. The NCAA motto is we turn professional.
mm,
Not everybody's
mm,
going to turn professional in sports, but you
mhm.
turn professional in maybe being a doctor, a lawyer,
Nice,
a teacher. That's a professional,
nice,
right? So
yes, nice,
they use that. They say we all turn pro at some time. So
nice.
that's
That's
about
good.
talking about these players who have done amazing, have represented Kenya all over across the world. Man,
Mm,
I'm just getting them to talk to them candidly one on one.
mm,
It's called Squatcho 254 one on one with PK. So we got some episode down, but we're just waiting. There's a few things we got figured out how to release those. So we working. It's a great journey. So we have a lot in stock, man.
mm, mm,
Hope Basketball Tour 2020.
mhm,
That's in the works also. We're
mhm,
waiting. We're waiting. Right now we don't know if it's August
mhm,
or November. Once we know the situation with the coronavirus, then we're gonna
mhm,
release all that information. But we have tentative cities. I think we're gonna go Rift Valley that way. So 4 cities,
mhm,
and then we're gonna have a big basketball camp and
mhm,
100 players, 50 girls, 50 boys, the best in Kenya, man. It's gonna be a
mhm.
one
Nice,
week camp. It's gonna be
nice.
amazing. We have some great things coming, man. So Yeah. Stay.
Yeah.
Follow me,
United.
man. If you want more information, follow me. Get me to that 2,000
Thousand.
likes on Instagram.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
guys, follow him, bana. Follow him, man.
Follow, man.
So man, I have to say thank you so much for taking the time. This has been such a great honor, man, just talking to you. And I feel like we have so much to talk about. I feel even like maybe next time we can even do a live so that at least people ask questions and people, it's more interactive and all this. But I'm so happy for this opportunity. It's a great thing. And big shout out to Mr. Jeff Moniki because I told him, hey, yo, can you be on my show? He was like, I can be on your show, but first of all, get to Peter Kiganya. Interview Peter Kiganya first. He has so much knowledge.
Man,
Yeah.
salute, Mr. Jeff, man. That's my guy, man. That's my right. That's my guy, man. So,
Yes,
story
man.
about Jeff, man.
Mhm.
Jeff used to carry my shoes, man, when I
Yeah, he
when,
told me
when he
that.
was little. When he was little, yeah. So,
He told me
and
that.
now he a coach, man. Now he coaches with
Yeah.
me, man. But
Woo.
he's
But Jeff
he's
is a
he's
great
very
guy.
he's hungry. He's a guy. He's a young guy who's willing to learn, and we
Mm.
need people like him who are hungry and who want to learn. And like
Mm.
he's volunteered 2 years. We're going on
Mm.
3 years now with whole
Mm.
basketball tours, man,
Mm.
and just his goal to dream and to pursue his dreams, man. That's
Mm.
great, man. Yeah.
Jeff is a great guy. He was our captain and I got to campus. Shout out to him. He insisted that he'll only be on the show after I interview you. So big shout out to him. And man, thank you again so much for spending your time, taking the time to join us today. Say hi to your family. Maybe when you come again to Kenya with the Hope basketball, you'll even meet maybe face to face, and it will be such a great honor.
I
Yes.
appreciate you, man, having me, man. Hope basketball is for anyone, man. It's always open. It's always
Mm.
open to anybody willing to help.
Yeah,
It's
you'll be there, man.
it's
You'll
always
be there.
open for anyone willing to help. You
Mm.
just got to buy into the vision. That's
Mm.
the whole key because you have to have the same vision.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have a vision that we are pushing, and you have to
Mm.
be able to see vision like that, like where we see it. And even last year, man, last year was great. We have Coach Martin. We had like 6 coaches, man, volunteer, come Zeddy, again one of the young rising coach.
Zeddy. Nice,
Zeddy,
nice.
we
Yeah.
had Sly, Coach Sly,
Mm-hmm.
we had Peter from Thika. We had
Mm.
some amazing coaches.
Yeah,
So
Peter.
whole basketball is I might be the one who maybe came up with the idea, but it's open to anyone who's willing to work and who's willing
Mm.
to sell and impact lives. That's the whole point of it. So anytime you feel like, man,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on, yeah,
yeah. Yeah, take corona issue ukikuja, we'll be there, man. Because as I said, man, for me, even my target is that helping the next generation elevate their game. And I saw there's a space in between of okay, we want you to get the skills and everything, but I was like, now we also have to focus on the mental side, their heart, how they think, how they feel about themselves. They're so good at the game, but if you sit with them one on one, the stories they tell you, the challenges they're going through mentally, you're like, we have to do something here, man. We have to do that. So that's even why I did a certification on life coaching, just to understand what happens, how to help somebody, and then I decided, okay, now I'll focus on. In fact, Coach Goro is the one who told me these things you're doing. Basketballers also need it. You're going out and there, you're helping other people, but don't forget your co-fans here for basketball also help them. So Mazoki Kuja will be there. We'll work together. And again, thanks so much. God bless you, guys. Remember to follow him so that he gets to 2,000 followers
IG,
and
man.
more. Yes, on IG. Follow him. Great content, great basketball knowledge and drills and everything. And till next week, guys, love yourself, live fully, and create a legacy. It's your boy, Odhiambo, Mr. Kiganya, and we are out. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.